Hello everybody, how lovely to see you today. Now today we're going to do all about seeds and seeds growing. And this is something I love to do. I love planting things in the garden and watching the bees coming along, and they pollinate the flowers, which makes the flowers grow seeds. And then I sometimes find the next year that I've got a new plant that has grown from a seed from one of my old plants, which is very exciting. So I'm going to have my friend Rosie today. Now, Rosie, here she is. She's a dolly that my mummy got me when I was a long time ago. And can you see that her cardigan has got lots of lovely flowers on it? So she is called Rosie because of that. And she's going to help me today because we are going to plant lots of things. So Rosie might know a farmer, and Rosie, your hat's down over your face and the children can't see your lovely face. There we are. And Rosie, now if we want to grow an apple, what do we need to plant into the soil? What did you say? Rosie said we need to plant an apple seed. Okay, and if I want to grow a pineapple, Rosie, look, what should I put into the ground? Do I put an apple in? No. What did you tell me, Rosie? A pineapple seed. Okay, and look, Rosie, what about this green pepper here? What do you think? What sort of seed should I put in for that? A pepper seed. They're inside, aren't they? Yes, that's right. And look, my last vegetable that I have with me today is an aubergine. Such a lovely colour, isn't it? And the aubergine also has lots of seeds inside it. So if I want to grow an aubergine, I've got the picture now, Rosie, because you've helped me so much. I need to plant an aubergine seed in the ground. Now, when you plant seeds, we can say plant, but we can also say sowing. And it's not the same sewing as sewing our clothes. Oh, no, that would be very, very messy. It's the same sound, but a different way of spelling the word. But to sow the seeds is when you have lots and lots of them and you sow them into the ground like that. So I'm going to put Rosie down for a moment because I'll put her over here, because we're going to help the farmer. Oats and beans and barley grow, oats and beans and barley grow. But not you, nor I, nor anyone knows how oats and beans and barley grow. First the farmer sows the seeds. So if he wants cabbages, he has to sow cabbage seeds. Shall we have some broccoli? Put some broccoli seeds in. And, carrots. Put some carrot seeds in. Grapes. Should we have grapes? Put some grape seeds in. What about apples? Oh, definitely apples. Put some apple seeds in. Then he stands and takes his ease. So put your hands on your hips. Oh, I've been very busy today, says the farmer. He stamps his feet. He claps his hands. He turns around to view the land. And all he can see is loads of fields with the soil has been turned over and the seeds have been sown, and soon there'll be little green shoots coming out of the soil. Now, not very long ago, I planted some potatoes in my garden, and in actual fact, you plant the whole potato in the ground, and then what grows up is just the leaves, but underneath the soil, the potato has lots and lots of new potatoes. So I've been looking every single day to see if I can see any green shoots coming out of the soil, because if the green shoots come up, The sun and the water help the plant to grow. And then I'll have potatoes and I'll be able to tell you all about it when I see you next time. This is the song the seed sings, so, so, so. This is the song the shoot sings, grow, grow, grow. This is the song the roots sing, deep, deep, deep. And this is the song the farmer sings, reap, reap, reap. Now, reap is a word that we don't use very often, only really for this use, because when the farmer has planted all of the seeds and they've all grown and he pulls them out of the ground if they're potatoes, or he chops them down if they're big plants like corn on the cob, it's called reaping. And that all of the food all together is the harvest. So, and that will happen in August, September, October time this year. But I'm hoping my potatoes will be up by, yes, about August, hopefully. Now, I'm going to sing you a song that we sing a lot at school that you love, called The Tiny Seed Was Sleeping. So you've got to start asleep because it's so clever. The seed, inside the seed, when there's just enough rain and just enough sun, it starts to grow with a tiny little green shoot coming out. And what we don't see is down inside the soil, tiny little white roots grow and they get bigger and longer and deeper. And so that helps the plant to stay in the soil and also to feed it. And the leaves come up and the sun shines on the leaves and the rain falls down. And that's what helps the plant to grow, because the sun on the leaves makes a special thing happen to the plant and it makes food for the plant. Because plants can't go to the shops like us and get food, can they? So they have to make it just through where they are. And it's done with the rain and the sun and then all the goodness that's in the soil. So we're going to sing about the little tiny seed. So start off being fast asleep in the soil. Tiny seed was sleeping underneath the ground. A tiny seed was sleeping underneath the ground. And the rain fell, drip, drop, and the sun shone down. Now it's starting to wake up inside the soil. A little tiny green shoot is coming out. And from the soil there came a shoot. A tiny shoot came peeping out of the ground. And the rain fell, drip, drop, and the sun shone down. Now, as the leaves grow up, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger till it's a big bush. It grows up into leaves of green, swaying in the breeze. It grows up into leaves of green, swaying in the breeze. And the rain fell, drip, drop, and the sun shone down. Now there has to make flowers, because the flowers will make the new seeds. And from the leaves there grew a flower, yellow and bright. And from the leaves there grew a flower, yellow and me just switch the music off. There we go. Now, it's so exciting. So you go into the garden if you've got a garden and have a look and see if you can see some little tiny new leaves poking out of the soil. But don't touch them because they're like brand new babies, and you know we mustn't touch brand new babies. We've got to look after them very carefully, and we just look nicely at them, but we don't touch them. Now then, I bet you didn't know that you eat seeds. I know you're going to tell me you eat sunflower seeds. That's right. Or sesame seeds. Lots of seeds we eat that are actual seeds that are quite hard. But we also eat seeds that are quite soft. And corn on the cob. The sweet corn are seeds, and the other thing that are seeds that I bet you love to eat, they're small and round and green. Yes, they're peas, that's right. So we're going to sing a song about peas now. 5 fat peas in a pea pod pressed, 1 grew, 2 grew, and so did all the rest. They grew and 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 they grew, and they did not stop until at last the pod went pop, and down into the ground went all of the peas, ready to grow next year. But now the farmer, he doesn't want all the peas to fall into the ground because he wants us to be able to eat them. So he keeps some of them back so he can plant them next year. But most of them he takes to the shop so that we can eat them for our tea with fish fingers and mashed potatoes or all sorts of yummy things that we can eat together with peas. Now, I wonder if you knew how important bees were, because the bees come to the flowers. Now, I wish I had a little flower here, so I'm just going to pretend my hand is a flower. The bee comes and it lands on the flower, and the flower gives the bee a little drink, and the flower has pollen which brushes onto the bee's furry jacket, and then the bee goes to another flower and the same thing happens again. But when the pollen brushes onto the other flower, it starts to make a seed. So clever. So we're going to sing about the bees. That's why bees are so important. Now, can you make a fist like that and then put your other hand round it, wrap it round the outside like it's a wrapped up parcel? Here is a beehive, but where are all the bees? They're hidden inside where nobody sees. Soon they come creeping out of their hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bzzz. And away fly the bees to make honey. And maybe it's time for you to have a honey sandwich. So I'm going to say goodbye from me, lots of love, and I'll see you next week. Bye.